So it was a randomized clinical trial for 250 women with primary breast cancer going into chemotherapy. And it's a 3-arm study. So we did one usual care arm, and then one combined resistance and high-intensity interval training, and one combined aerobic and high-intensity interval training for 16 weeks, so during the duration of chemotherapy. And the primary outcome of the study was fatigue. So we looked at fatigue in these women, and we could see that both exercise intervention were beneficial for fatigue in this patient population. And then we did a number of other outcomes in these studies. So we also looked at muscle function, we looked at fitness, we looked at hospitalization rates and chemocompletion. And we saw beneficial effects of the exercise, primarily on physical functioning, quality of life, side effects, and also on hospitalization. However, we didn't see any effects on the chemocompletion rates in this patient category. So what we're presenting now is an 8-year follow-up of the OptiTrain trial, looking at the recurrence and survival in this population. And of course, the trial is designed primarily for fatigue as the outcome. But we think, since there are epidemiological evidence that suggests that physical activity is associated with a reduced recurrence and an improved survival in this patient population, we need randomized controlled trials to back that up. So we report from a median of 8.9 years follow-up from the intervention on recurrence and survival, and we see beneficial effects of the exercise interventions, and primarily the one combining resistance exercise and high-intensity interval training on both recurrence and survival in this patient population. We also combined the data from the OptiTrain trial with 2 previous trials that have reported recurrence and survival in the same population with exercise interventions during chemotherapy, just to get the evidence a little bit broader and more generalizable. And then we see similar effects, that if we combine the data from the three trials, we see significant effects on both recurrence and survival.